Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're jumping back in with Rhona. We're currently at the Eye, and we are about to set off and see what else, what other. Actually, what are we doing at the Eye? Into the Unknown is what we're currently doing, and back to Victor. Okay, so we do have what's his name in tow. So let's head back. Actually, what we're gonna do. Sorry. Is we're gonna head back to the lodge. I don't think we have any contraband because we wouldn't have been able to land at the Eye if we did. All right, 4,500 in port dues.
Captain Brooks, do you require my assistance?
I do not. I'm not sure why you're here, but okay.
Sorry for the wait, everyone. Got a little held up on Vectera.
Barrett, we were worried sick.
Well, some of
Oh, we
us
don't have
are.
any new artifacts.
I see what you did there, Walter. And I know you've been secretly crying into your piles of money just waiting for my return.
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign when he's worried. Don't start, Country.
Wait, is that? And to think the first artifact was taking up dust on the library shelf. Now look at them all. You feel it a bit, can't you? Ever since I found the second one, had the visions. Being around them is just comforting. So hey, I'm still not 100%, plus I feel guilty dragging you into all of this. Why don't I stick around? Help you get adjusted to the weird corners of the universe.
All right, traveling together sounds good to me.
Marvelous.
Um, let's see. All right. All right, there we go.
Hello, Captain.
Let's trade gear. I just want to see what can I give you. I got a ton of stuff. Holy cow, I got a ton of stuff on me. I'm not gonna give him that one, just because I'm not exactly sure. Is he the smuggler veteran type? Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 Then, do I have any extra weapons? Not giving you that one. Oh, but I do have multiple stuffs. Okay. Okay. Maybe I am giving you this one. Or maybe I'm giving you this one. 60. Yeah. Here, take this. Holy cow. All right. Yeah, take this one, Barrett. What does it shoot? It shoots 11 millimeter. Okay. What kind of ammo do you have? Of course, you got the 7.7. All right. Where is it? There you go. And then what? 5 damage. 5 damage. Seriously? All right. Oh, that's you, Barrett. That's you.
Okay, then.
That is all you. Maybe not the hat. All right, Barrett.
Hey, Captain.
Let's just trade some gear, man. Okay, that hat ain't. No. All right, I need to take that back. All right, first, and then we're gonna take that back. But I'm sorry, man. I am so sorry I ever did that to you. Can you forgive me? Oh, that's perfect.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah, bud. Oh, yeah. You look marvelous. All right, let's get up out of here. All right, I'm wondering who's following me. Are you saying this is Rhona and her angels? Rhona's angels? So now I got 3 people.
You've been busy, I hear. Clearing out the bad guys. Here, you deserve this.
Thanks, bro. Can you believe that? I have 3 followers all criticizing my actions. Alright, what's next on the agenda? Go to Procyon. Do we want to do that? Data collection. Scan results on Titan. Or do we want to finish up Eyewitness? We've got a ton of things that we can do. Before we go into the start doing all the side stuff, let's get this one. So we really want to yeah, we got to, because we got to finish this one up in order to get moving on Crimson Fleet. And we got the whole crew here.
Captain, over here.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Hmm. Doesn't sound like they succeeded there, huh? Well, are there others from your program still out there?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the
Are
like.
you sure?
But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back.
Hmm.
Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
Interesting. And what's that got to do with us addressing the cabinet?
I'm getting there.
Oh.
The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Freestar Collective and UC.
Okay.
Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
I kind of think that it wasn't the things he did that caused the rift. It was the deployment of xenoweapons that really bugged the people in the Freestar Collective. Also, some of the other Bush League stuff he did, But I don't know. Well, you're not your father. If the cabinet can't see that, it's their problem, not yours, right?
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. While we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Well, you got any suggestions on what we should say?
It's hard to know exactly what might sway them. I'd just be honest about what you saw. A colony wiped out, and a lot of lives lost. Something we don't want anyone else to have to experience.
And what's the risk of us accessing this data?
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed.
Well,
The
not
Terramore
me.
project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
Nope, don't have any more questions. Thank you.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Oh, that's us.
Sounds like our cue.
All right.
Something you still wanted to discuss?
No, I'm just checking.
Here we go.
All right. Here we go. Our big day.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report.
I am.
You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Just doing my job, ma'am. Hadrian made it pretty clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Let's get to it.
Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Wreak havoc, as much of it as we can. We need that data to find a way to stop a possible Terramorph apocalypse.
That's quite the leap, Captain.
Well, that's what Adrian told me.
The very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's
You
my
tell him.
father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium.
I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we?
Hey, you
While there
started
should
it.
be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Was aside from the fact that it was trying to kill me, I mean, it wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result.
Right, bro?
But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
No.
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
No, first I'd kiss our butt. And, then, I'd give us whatever we want. And then, then I would open the archives. All right, here we go. If there's a chance what happened on Tau Ceti could happen elsewhere, we need to grant the request.
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information.
Of course you are.
However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
They're lucky I'm
You
anywhere.
and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Come on, man. Look, I just got permission. You don't need all this. I already got the permission.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks.
Andrasia?
Just as predicted.
Are we overstepping a bit?
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded
You see our boy in the back just chilling.
There will be
Got
plenty
the
of time
cape
for
working the
conjecture
cape.
later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly.
Andreja, you get in the way.
The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. It's going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
All right, let's go kick some civilian butt.
You! The EM rifle, grab it!
That's it!
God dang it. Where are you? Equip followers with EM weapons. I don't have look, how many EM weapons do I can't even say it. How many EM weapons do I have? Okay. I got I got nothing. I got nothing. Nothing. So,
now hit him with everything you've got.
all right.
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Oh shoot. What are you coming at me, man? You coming at me, bro? You coming at me, bro? I'm more than happy to empty a clip on you. Hey.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. I might be too. I got moving stuff in the background.
Know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection.
I was just thinking that.
They can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Sounds like we need to hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Oh, we're all over it. We all about putting civilians down. Down for the count. All right, hold on. Hold on. Hold the dough.
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move.
Let's move. Okay, what are we going with? Why is that empty? All right.
Come on, back up! Don't just stand there! Good!
255? Who in the world came up with that number? Oh, he's frozen. We'll take that. Because you know why he's frozen? He's either frozen or just too high of a level. Holy cow, 255. And that's all you got, man? That's all you had? Shoot. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Poor bro. Alright. Sorry, guys. We need the equipment.
Experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
They said you've done this before. No?
Mm-hmm.
One fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. Hold them as best we can.
Okay. Roger that, Sergeant. I'll go talk to your fire team. Wrong way. You, bruh.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
All right, I want you watching our backs. Come on.
Roger that. We're on you.
All right. Look frosty. Stay frosty. Is that girl still here? Janet Weber. What? I do have to figure out that mod. Gotta figure out. All right, first of all, I don't know that I want this weapon. I'm gonna try this weapon. Yes. On second thought, maybe not. Ooh. Okay, yeah. All right. We're going with the... That's right. We're going in with the pistols. $257. I didn't think they could go that high. All right, here we go.
Time to
hey.
shine.
All right, this is gonna be fun. All right, get him away. Get him away, somebody. Get him away. Gotta work on my pistols. Maybe this isn't the best. Oh, Garrett, you almost got shot in the face. Uh-oh. Let me go turn on somebody. Like, isn't it interesting? Like, how do we know we're actually shooting this thing and not shooting at our compatriots? You know what I mean? You ever think about that? That would be something, right? Like, you hear Hadrian, you hear going, you know, Captain, it's just, you know, a thing. And you're sitting there like, I'm just shooting, man. I'm just shooting. Okay. All right. Let's go find ourselves a spot. We're going to go up there. Yeah, right up there. Oop, Geronimo. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. See, like right now, we could be up here, just shooting at our colleagues right now. Thinking we're shooting a Terramore. Oh my goodness. Was this even a higher level? This guy's a higher level. That's it. Come on. Oh, don't. Oh, Garrett's on fire. Barrett's on fire. Garrett. Barrett's on fire. Come on. Put him down. Oh my God. Come on, hold up, Baron. Hold up, man. Hold up.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
We sure would have.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
Oh, gosh. Look, you know what? You professing your love for me is all fine and dandy because, you know, feelings mutual. But can we, like, do it at a different time? I mean, you know what I mean? All right. Thanks for your help, man. Thanks for your help.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place.
Look, you all held the line. You guys are the real heroes here.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
There's
Glad
5
you
of
could
us.
rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Something I never noticed before, but I did notice now. Look at that. Bandages. We got some. Look at that. Look at that. Shrapnel grenade. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, bro. Hey, this is free. Ooh. Look at that. Not taking that for sure. But we're going to take the ammo. Yeah. Look at that. You never know. I think I'm low on ammo anyway for one of my guns. And I don't think you gave me anything that's going to help there. But I appreciate it. It's the thought that counts. All right. Let's work on our leadership skill. Or is that our command?
The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
All right, let's go talk to this lady. Always like to find out the condition of her partner.
My partner's all right. He's getting stitched up instead of zipped up, thanks to you.
Hey, my pleasure. You stay strong.
They said you're free to come and go.
Thank you.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Losing anyone in the line of duty
there you
is
are.
a tragedy.
I believe
These attacks,
we have some things
they
we
can't
should
happen
discuss.
again.
I would like to discuss that with you, but I got this Joker like talking in my ear. Hey,
Adrian, it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your
no
concerns
apologies.
about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Better late than never, I suppose.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major.
You could have promoted her.
As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy
You mean
are
Hadrian?
facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
You know, I can't be your representative. I'm just some Vanguard nobody.
We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
We're counting on you, Captain. Don't let our people sacrifice.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer.
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our
Start getting a plan
laurels.
together for them
Our
later.
laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable a long time ago. Helps to remember that.
The loss of life. The damage to the spaceport. The costs of this attack are greater than I think we realize.
Chief Yassine, these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the Cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Data repositories for all band data.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
You know, you think they'd be clamoring to help after the spaceport attack. You know what? Just give me some electrodes, you know, a tooth extractor, and some sodium pentothal, and we got it all taken care of.
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us.
They haven't met me yet.
Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
Ooh,
But it does
now you're
mean we need to
talking.
get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Tell me about this Radcliffe chick.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
She's a veteran of the Colony War.
Ooh.
And her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
I will.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
You know it. All right, tell me about these other tools.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the
Tooth
ambassador's
extractor?
living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Thought you said no violence. And what can you tell me about this staff member?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life.
Mm-hmm.
And someone who very likely hates her guts.
All right, that's all I need. I'm good.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
20 grand. All right. Tell me about Balmore.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
Of course.
When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
You know what? I'm sure he can be reasoned with. I mean, House Varun are just, they're people just like us.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive.
Well, that's a
public appearances
wrench in the monkey.
Were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
And how am I supposed to do that? Seance? So no one's actually been inside the embassy?
The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
I'll track him down.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
I have things I wish to discuss with you.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what?
I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under unusual circumstances.
Yeah.
You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them?
Pay isn't great. The people are alright.
None of us are in this for the credits. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation?
If you're asking, I assume you feel like you don't.
No, I do not. But I find it hard to quantify. Many of the other members are polite, but distant. I worry that my background and my actions concern them. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death.
I'm sure you did what you had to do.
Yes, exactly. I survived. That was the only goal. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite.
No, not true. You know, you've had my back, and that's all that matters.
Of course. You have given me an opportunity the others have not. Perhaps I just need more time. I know this seems trivial, perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I don't think what you're saying is childish.
Thank you. That is reassuring. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief. I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence.
You know, it was important. It was clear that you didn't, that's why I didn't say anything.
Indeed it was. And now I hope you can see why. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
I just wanted to say thanks for the daring rescue back there. I had plans for Matsura, of course, but I appreciate the backup.
You're welcome. Glad to help out a fellow Constellation member.
It's good to be part of a team, isn't it? To be part of something so much bigger than any one of us. So many things can go wrong out there. Working with people you can trust is important. That's why I've been in Constellation so long. It's good to have people who will help out when you're in a jam.
Exactly how often do you get yourself in jams like that, Bert?
Exactly as often as I need to. Jams are just sticky successes, right? At first it seems annoying, but it eventually washes off.
They say the same thing about poop. Yeah, I'm glad to be part of a team.
Just wait till we get matching shirts and start having official cookie days.
I do like cookies.
They're one of humanity's greatest achievements. Modern medicine, space travel, and cookies.
Don't forget about cake.
Constellation is quite pro-cookie. Because, you see, we value human accomplishments. Speaking of which, sometimes it feels like you've always been a part of Constellation. I can't explain why.
Thanks, Barrett.
Just figured I'd mention it, since we haven't had much time to chat before. You know, being a member of Constellation has given me a lot of opportunities, and a fair bit of stress, I'll admit. It's hard to imagine just who I'd be had I never joined up. I would have never done so many things, met so many people. It's mind-boggling how different I would be. And I never would have met Irvin. Or lost him, I suppose.
It's impossible to know what could have happened.
That's right. We can't know the consequences of the choices we never made, and anything beyond that is imagination alone. But for the choices we made, it feels just a bit closer, doesn't it? Irvin's been gone for over 20 years. Strange how memories can pop up when you least expect it.
You know, if you want to talk about it, I'm here for you.
Oh, I've been giving myself nothing but space and time for years. But maybe it's time for me to really think about it. Well, maybe I'll take you up on that offer later on, Captain. I need some time to think about things.
All right.
On that note, I think I'd do well to distract myself with a little adventure for a bit.
Thanks for taking time to
Oh,
chat.
goodness.
I really need a friendly ear right about now.
Mm-hmm.
I received a message from
I'll give you two.
Constellation, and it's given me a lot to think about.
If it's an emergency of some kind, we can head there right away. I mean, it's just down the block.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just a list of requests. Things I would normally handle if I was there. But I'm not. I'm out here instead with you.
You naughty girl. And you feel like you're ignoring your spot? It's not so much the message itself, right? It's what it represents.
Exactly. But let me back up a bit so I can explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for 8 years as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department.
Government cuts take a toll on everybody.
Yeah, sure. Some more than others. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders.
You were clearly fighting some impossible odds there.
Yeah? You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. So I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. Because of my lack of foresight, all I ended up with was a shattered division and a bunch of excuses.
Nonsense. No one would have pushed harder than you.
That's just it, though. Did I push too hard? Did they shut us down because I wasn't quietly sitting at my desk approving meaningless memos? We'll never know.
So this message, you're taking it as a sign of things to come?
Yes, maybe. Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced.
And you're afraid your absence will cause Constellation to collapse?
Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to you, imagine how obvious it is to someone like Barrett or Mateo.
Barrett's right here with us.
They must be itching to replace me by now. God damn it.
Don't worry. Okay? We'll figure this out together.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you.
You sure are?
You have to understand. Once Aja retired, I lost the only person that gave a damn.
Ouch. And to my face.
You'd think I'd realize by now that I can always depend on you to lighten the mood. Wow, that was a hell of a ride, wasn't it?
It sure was. I'm still dizzy.
Sorry to put you through all that. But thank you for being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
Okay. Hey.
What can I help you with?
Wait here a
Right,
moment.
but be careful.
I will. Hey.
Here, I have something for you.
Oh, that's nice. Really? That's nice of you.
Yes. Well, it seemed like a good idea.
Uh-huh. Better be something good.
I saw it earlier and thought you might like it.
Really?
Or find it useful. Or, well, whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you for thinking of me.
Of course. We are partners, are we not?
We sure are.
I will keep an eye out in the future. And if I see something, I might hold on to it for you. Yes, you.
Yeah,
did.
wait here a
I'll
moment.
be here when you need me.
Okay. Hey.
Sorry. Just wait
Yeah.
here?
Uh-huh. Just wait here. Easy peasy. I gotcha. All right.
Howdy.
Howdy. Well, I got them waiting because they would just be kind of an annoyance inside the embassy here.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on through.
Well, I was going through anyway. I didn't need your permission.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Cameron! Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
Expedite.
What are you getting at, ma'am? I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if? What if one opened up?
One did open up.
In what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him. Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh? Good night, Eva.
Mm-hmm. That naughty girl. Excuse me. Ambassador?
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
No. Captain Rhona Brooks, UC Vanguard. You and I need to talk, Ambassador.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The Eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf.
Well, they did.
Got that right?
You did not get that right. Nope. You need to help us. Otherwise, any more deaths are on your hands.
Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain.
Because it was.
Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
You know what? Are you serious? There was just an attack on the city. You're really not going to help us?
No, Captain, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. What you experienced down there at the spaceport, I've lived that once before already.
And why would you wish that on other people?
Tooth and nail as aliens rampaged in the streets of my home and others all throughout the collective. But my aliens were placed there by UC hands. So I'm not interested in anyone getting power like that ever again. The UC most of all.
What if I told you terramorphs couldn't be weaponized? Would that change your mind?
You have my answer. Now please take the hint.
Ooh, you're gonna make me angry.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb, Ambassador. It's embarrassing.
No. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled.
You would.
Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot.
We did.
The issue at hand is one of trust, no?
No.
So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
Wait a minute. You call that a negotiation without even offering me a gift?
But where are my manners? Here, my pistol. Laredo. Custom made. Now, with my error rectified, I presume we have a deal?
Ooh, okay. Well, you know, we almost do. We almost have a deal. But I'm gonna need you to beg a little bit. Hands and knees kind of thing.
You're joking, right?
I'm absolutely not joking. I want tears.
You want... Okay. Please. I spoke hastily. And I know you, my dear, dear friend, wouldn't want to let anything get in the way of the two of us and our factions working together. And isn't that ultimately what this is all about? In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those two items should be enough to allay any suspicions.
All right, I can agree to those terms.
Good. Okay, let's go get you your access.
I almost decided to take her for her money too. You know. but it's so hard for me to play the heel. You know, I'm an awful person in real life, so why'd be an awful person in video games? I'm joking, but you know,
And there.
it's just.
It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all. Here you
Okay.
go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
It is. Later. Alligator. After a while, crocodile. Alright. So, we have a choice. We can go all the way back and get our fellow folks. Or we can test this one thing here. Let's give it a test. It's this one right here. All right, follower control. All right, all followers. Command or view elite crew. Teleport to me. Let's see.
Sorry, but I need sign off from the Interstellar Affairs.
Hey.
You've got something for me?
You gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing.
Bye.
Nope. Hey, you got something? Nope.
Right. Later.
All right,
Oh,
you.
hello.
Hey, hello.
That is all?
Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, I love talking to you and everything.
More red tape for great UC.
Free start. All right.
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop it. Top minds were on it. Sure hope they know what they're doing.
Yeah, me too. All right, folks. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Excuse me, Sarah. Oh, dang. This one's gonna be tough. What's in here? Anything good? Oh, dang. Oh, shoot.
Good. I was wondering when we'd get to this. Won't even scar. I can go low-tech video.
Are you kidding me?
Give up already.
Oh, we got zealots. Okay. God dang it. Who's dying today? All right, start killing some people.
Take your best shot.
Are they behind us? Okay, they're upstairs. Was I just shooting into the tree branch the whole time?
Hey, I'm waiting here.
Well, instead of waiting there, why don't you do something? As soon as we turn the power back on, those robots gonna bum rush us. Oh, I was expecting this guy to bum rush. Did we already come this way? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No chunks. Oh. I wonder which turrets those are. Wait, there isn't one in here. Don't worry. You guys just let him come up on behind me? Look at this guy. Garrett, you can stop crouching.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence.
Mm-hmm.
Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
Yeah, everything's gone, man. We're just looking for a place to hide. No, that's not why we're here. Oh. Is that what happened here? A power surge?
I take it you didn't have such an experience where you were then?
No.
Yes, the entire embassy was thrown into lockdown, trapping me in my quarters, disabling the Venom Tree's filters, and arming the defenses. A disconcerting experience, to say the least. Was the rest of the city spared?
Spaceport's in rough shape, but not much else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then?
We do.
On terror morphs, presumably,
Do
I see this all clearly?
You do, man. Correct. We're going to use the data to better understand, and we're going to ensure something like this never happens again. And we need your code to do it.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement.
Of course you do.
For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
You don't need my assurances. Independent observers will verify it's used responsibly.
We'll do everything we can to make certain that happens.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Roger that. Lead the way. You got some loot I need to grab.
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
All right, thank you. All this, by the way, will be used for good. Okay? So, don't worry. See? Everything we got here today will be used for good. Wrong way.
Captain, congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Well, thank you.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement.
Code pieces from House Varun and the Freestar. Collected and ready to be deployed.
That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
You got it. You are you doubting me?
Just one quiet day. That too much to ask for?
Okay, guys. I think that's where we're going to call it. Yeah. I mean, yes. So this is going to be that point where we're going to be going through, the remainder of this quest line. And then we're going to be jumping into the Crimson Fleet. But that is going to take us, the way this game is structured, the way the game is made, there's a lot of stuff that there's still left in this quest line, for one. And then once we get into the Crimson Fleet, there's the other. We will take some time, probably have a couple of sessions where instead of sticking straight to the questline story, we're going to intermix in some of my favorite quest mods. Hell's Gate, for one. I don't know if we're going to do the Veil again through this one, but there's a couple others that we can go see. We're going to go see Regrets. And then one that I'm actually really looking forward to is right at the very end of this quest line. And that's called Lazarus. The Lazarus Project. That one's going to be kind of cool because it ties into this very quest line. So it kind of adds to it. But you can't do it until you finish through this one. So, I'm kind of looking forward to that one. I'm also, again, I always like doing the Hell's Gate one. I don't know why. I just like it. I like it a lot. We'll probably end up doing Crater 87 again. And then, like I said, so we're going to try to intermingle into what we're doing here, and to spice this up a little bit. But of course, some of these quest lines, they all have their just things you have to do, right? We've already gotten through the Freestar, right? Didn't we get through the Freestar already? And Ryujin. I know we did Ryujin, and we did Freestar. Right? Help me out here. Wait. Kill the outlaw leader. Yeah, see? We did all of the Freestar ones. Man. Old age. So we will be looking to improving, that situation And so again, yeah. So we already went through the Freestar Collective, Freestar Rangers quest line. We've already gone through Ryujin quest line. Once we get through this, we would have done the three of the major faction quest lines with just the Crimson Fleet left. And then, of course, there's Shattered Space. There's the companion quests. So, in truth, there's a lot of stuff that's still waiting in this playthrough. A lot of things. You know, and so, guys, I appreciate you being here. Remember, if you like what you're seeing, just leave a like. Give me a comment, anything that you're looking forward to seeing, anything you want to see, something maybe I can throw in, something I don't know of, that you're like, hey, did you try doing this? And then, hey, I'm glad to check it out, right? If not here, I got the cozy leveling sessions that I do. I always do the mod showcase. So, and then when I call it mod showcase, it's really me just going in and just playtesting some of these mods and seeing how they feel, whether I like them, whether I'm enjoying them and stuff like that. And this is Starfield. It's a Bethesda game. There are tons of mods out there, and fortunately we have some great modders out there that have just completely added to and just enhanced this game so much, and it is getting there, I think, on level with, not right there yet, but it's getting there, where the game that we have today, with the mods, with the creations, is so much better and so much more, just more than what we had at launch. And I love playing this game. Just, it's fantastic. And then the funny thing is, there's so many things I still want to do, still want to try. And then the funniest thing is, I'm still the type of person that wants to start a new character, with a different, scenario, or just start a new character and say, hey, this is what we're going to do, right? And then go see if I can do it. So, and then with the Dark Star game overhaul that's been put out there, with the Dark Universe overtime that's out there now, all those have enhanced the game so much and changed the game to the point where it's like, well, I want to go back and do this again, but now with this, and then see how it plays out. And one of the things that I'm real curious about is what the Dark Star game overhaul does to the main quest lines, right? Does it really impact them and make them any more difficult? Is Bedlam going to enhance them at all or change that at all? I haven't really seen Bedlam step in and change much, but we all saw with the Terramorphs there. Level 255, 257, and 259. That was Dark Star. That was Dark Star. And that's the highest level. That is not the highest level I've seen. I've seen a ship at level 300. I ran. I ran. I was not hanging out to fight that thing. Okay? I was not going to. And then, of course, but this is in the back rooms. All those things were level, what, 999? So they don't count because you weren't supposed to be able to beat them. We weren't even supposed to have a chance. So, yeah. So, but I saw a ship out there. It was level 300, and I was like, I am gone. That's when you divert all power to your grav drive and say, nope, we are out of here. See you later. Okay, I'll be back when my character is level 400 or something. After my 20th time through the Unity, I'll be back to see you. Okay. And if I can remember where it was, I sure enough would keep going back there to check to see if it's still there. But it was crazy. Okay. So guys, like I said, I really appreciate you being here. Remember, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will keep this going, right? Because I'm going to play the game. So might as well record it while I do it. And put it out there for you guys to enjoy if you're enjoying it. And like I said, it's a pleasure having you guys here. Thanks again. Hasta.